Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. A young Doug, played by Peyton Meyer, emerges from his detention cell in black and white video. Watch out, world! Should I mention Salem instead? Because I am coming. When Liz and Maggie cross paths again in the square, Liz assumes that a frowning seeing her does not make Marie very happy. Liz dismissively tells her that she doesn't harbor resentment toward Neil. That may be the case, but Marie still holds on to the memory of Liz shooting her out of jealous wrath. Liz says she believed she was an invader. In response, Marie says Liz was the invader because she was sharing her bed with her husband. And Liz shot Marie when she got home. Enough! Maggie yells. To the astonishment and excitement of Sean, Jennifer, and Lucas, Sierra unlocks the time capsule in the Horton living room. They go through baby shoes, letters, and other keepsakes. Julie, who just had a great time bonding with Steven, joins them. Julie is ecstatic to learn that the time capsule has been opened after presenting them to her younger brother. She finds the diamond necklace her grandmother had given her and observes that Alice never wore it since she thought it was too royal for Salem. Julie was always curious about its whereabouts. It is time to honor her spouse and bid him farewell, even if she would love to go through everything. Steven lingers and takes one more glance at the necklace box within the time capsule as everyone leaves. Sierra opens the time capsule. Days. Marlena discovers Belle sobbing at the townhouse while listening to Liz's song Friends and Lovers. Belle questions whether she ought to have informed Sean that she would be attending the service. Marlena believes that seeing her will make him happy. Maggie persuades Liz and Marie to set aside their 1980s issues in the square. They give Doug a handshake. Belle and Marlena show up. Marlena gently remarks to Liz that it's good to see her and Marie getting along after introducing her kid. While Marie glowers, Liz sneers, "I wouldn't go that far." An irate Maggie extends her arms to Liz and Marie in the square. Belle is greeted by Sean at the outdoor service, who reassures her that her presence is okay. Julie thanks everyone for arriving with tears in her eyes. She inhales deeply as she gazes at Doug's enormous framed picture. Sean is called upon to read scripture by the priest as the service gets underway. Sierra then reads Gone From My Sight, one of Henry Van Dyke's poems that her grandfather Doug loved. Julie sits between Maggie and Marlena and stares at Sierra with tears in her eyes. Eli and Sean take turns guiding Julie to the lectern as she stands up for the eulogy. She tells about Doug's upbringing as an orphan and his career as a Navy fighter pilot. Remembering how much Doug enjoyed flying, she breaks down in tears. He would wake up from his dream beaming. He found his singing voice after the war, had a daughter, and started Doug's Place. He became the captain of my heart and the mayor of Salem. Julie stands at a lectern surrounded by bushes and an arrangement of vibrant flowers. Next to her is a large framed picture of Doug. As Julie enumerates all of Doug's favorite things besides chocolate, the guests start crying. Before an excessive number of birthdays robbed him of all his strength, his spirit and mind remained constant. She wonders why we loved him so much. Because he noticed us. He actually did see us. He always had a hopeful smile on his face. We became as wonderful as we all aspire to be in his company. Julie finishes, and Liz stands up. She claims that without Doug, she would not have had the career she had. She sings Always, and everyone joins in. Scenes from the past of Julie and Doug traveling, performing, getting married, and falling in love are shown. When they're done, Julie grins affectionately as she looks at Doug's picture. Until Julie is by herself, everyone filters out and pays their respects. Weeping, she clutches the frame of Doug's picture. She straightens up after a time, inhales deeply, and moves ahead. At Doug's outdoor service, Julie hangs on the frame of his large portrait. After the amazing service, Belle and Marlena head back to the townhouse in awe. According to Belle, she wished to allow Sean to spend time with his family. Marlena informs Belle that he still loves her and that she is also a member of his family. Marlena exits the room to ask Shane to put her in touch with John so she can inform him of Doug's passing. Belle unlocks the door for Sean when someone knocks. After setting the children down, Eli and Lonnie head back to the living room of Abe and Paulina's. Eli says that when he sang to them, he tried his hardest to channel Doug. To the man, they all offer a drink of champagne. Roman, Steve, Kayla, and Jack all have their own toast for Doug at the pub, complete with shots. Champagne flutes are raised by Paulina, Abe, Eli, and Lonnie in the Price Carver living room. When Marie returns to the Horton house with Jennifer, Sierra, and Lucas, she inquires about the time capsule. When Sierra opens it to reveal the necklace, it's gone. Stephen is seated at the plaque of Tom and Alice in the square. "Grandma," he says. "You cunning old hound. Who could have guessed what wealth you have in that house?" That diamond jewelry would have seduced the previous version of himself. "But I've changed," he says in a mysterious way. Julie sits beside Doug's grave at night. She sobs as she considers her next course of action. There is a young man who appears to be exactly like the one from the black and white jail scene. "Who are you?" she queries. "My name is Doug Williams. If you're curious about who the latest Doug Williams." Cynthia Snyder, the actor's publicist, confirmed that he died at the motion picture and television Woodland Hills home with his loved ones by his side. According to a statement from his wife, Lynn Herring Northrup, Lucy, General Hospital, Wayne was given an early-onset Alzheimer's diagnosis 6 years ago. In his family's embrace, he breathed his final breath. "We want to express our gratitude to the motion picture and television home, the most wonderful and compassionate facility, for providing him with such excellent care." Northrup won over primetime viewers as Dynasty's Michael Culhane, but he is most remembered for his time as Marlena's pre-John true love, Roman. His character's seductive smirk won over fans of that after-dark soap opera as he courted Pamela Sue Martin's character Fallon when he wasn't operating her family's collection of automobiles. Northrup's Michael, who was first introduced in the first season of the serial opera, would return 7 years later to court Fallon, who was then portrayed by Emma Sams, the former Holly from General Hospital. When Northrup starred as villain Rex Stanton on the ABC soap opera Port Charles, a General Hospital spin-off, he would get the chance to collaborate with his wife Lynn. Additionally, he would play Dr. Alex North on Days, a cunning character who was out to take Roman's ex-girlfriend Marlena for himself. Regretfully, this information being released at the same time as Salem locals are getting together to bid Doug Williams, whose actor Bill Hayes died in January, a final farewell. Additionally, Days is coping with the death of Drake Hodgson, John, who passed away in September of last year. Herring remarked, "Wayne's wit and sense of humor touched so many people. A rancher who loved his cows and was a friend to many, a husband of 43 years, and the best father in the world to his 2 boys, Hank and Grady."